Hapkido Tribe. I am here with another lovely warm-up for you today. I hope you guys are having a good time training at home. I know it's challenging. Hopefully we'll be able to be together soon and, put the locks on. But to get started today, I have borrowed some material from Sir Nathan. One day you'll get to meet him. So I'm gonna need you to get a clock, a stopwatch, or something like that out. We're gonna jog in place, so nice, easy peasy, jog in place, and you're gonna do that for 40 seconds, and then you're gonna run as fast as you can for 20 seconds. So it's gonna be 40 seconds of jogging, 20 seconds of sprinting in place. And you're gonna do that for a total of 5 minutes, right? So that is our warm-up. When you do your warm-up, after you're finished, make sure you grab your notebook. You'll need some water too, and I'll see you after you're done getting warmed up. Hey guys, so good job on that warm-up. Now we're gonna get into our main drill. So what I want you to imagine that you have a 3-foot square. You don't have to mark it out. Just think a 3-foot square and imagine a clock. So 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're working footwork today. So I want you to take a look at your top 4 techniques, your hand striking drills. I want you to start with your right leg forward, and how this drill is gonna go is you're going to do that strike at each of the hours on the clock. So if I were doing, for example, a cross, right, I would start with my right leg forward, and that was 12. I would move my footwork and adjust, right, making sure I step with that foot. That was 1. I would move a little bit more. That was 2. And I would do that going all the way around. Now, once I do that, after I have an entire revolution of the clock, I'm gonna do 10 squats, right? 10 squats. Then I'm gonna keep that right leg forward, and I'm gonna go, as they say in Australia, anti-clockwise. We call it counterclockwise. But I'm gonna go the other way with the same leg forward. So that's 12, 11, right? All the way around, 10 more squats. After I've done my right leg forward, clockwise and counterclockwise, I'll switch. And now I'll do the strike on the other side. So let's say you're doing cross as a white belt. You're gonna do cross, right leg forward going clockwise, cross, right leg forward going counterclockwise. Then you're going to do cross with your left leg forward going clockwise, cross with your left leg forward going counterclockwise. So it's gonna be 4 revolutions of the clock per each technique on your sheet. Remember, you're doing 10 squats in between each revolution, right? So white belts, you're doing white belt skills. Blue belts, you're doing blue belt skills. And that should take you a little bit of time thinking about your footwork each time you're doing the techniques, staying in that 3-foot square box. Guys, good work on that. Hopefully your footwork went along just fine. So the next part of the class, we're going to work on your technique. So I'm going to give you a category per your belt rank. I want you to spend 1 minute, like you did last time, on each of those techniques. So white belts, you're working evasion at the beginning part of this week. So you're going to be working on all of your evasion techniques. You'll use 1 minute first for twist, right? On right side, alternating with the left side. Then you'll go through all of them. Take a look at your paperwork, it's all on there. Orange belts, you're gonna do armbar over. So remember what I mentioned before, whenever you're doing your armbar techniques that have some pain, and you're working with a partner that doesn't traditionally train Hapkido yet, make sure you don't put the last bit of pain on that for them so that they continue to work out with you during this COVID-19 situation. Yellow belts, you're working armbar under. So you've got all of those techniques, armbar unders. Green belts, we're doing V-locks today. And blue belts, let's do arresting techniques. So again, if you have 6 techniques listed under that category, you're gonna do 1 minute on each one, alternating, right? So set a timer, get your partner, and get to work. I'll see you in a minute. All right guys, so I thought I'd introduce a concept that we usually start talking about at blue belt today. You are going to need a partner This concept is lock flows. So it's the idea of going from one lock to another lock. Now, white belts, you don't know any locks yet, and that's okay. So I would recommend you working on some white belt skills for this period of time, or just forward to the last part of the video. Orange belts and yellow belts and green belts, this is above your pay grade, but I thought it might be fun for you to try. So the idea behind a lock flow, as I mentioned, is going from one lock to another. And so it's either going up or down the arm, for example, or going from one and another hand is available and switching to the other hand. So we usually work lock flows in sets of 3. They're not prescribed, so you don't come up with your own and do them. Grandmaster likes you to try to figure out what flows into what better. So you're not gonna be awesome at them your first time, and that's okay, but I'll give you some examples. So if I could have my partner, please. Let's say that he does the same side wrist grab. So you're gonna have to have your partner grab you for different techniques, and you'll just have to think about it. So let's say that, oh, I'm thinking I'm going to do a wing lock, and then he straightens his arm up, and I go into an S, for example, right? That's a fantastic one. Now that's just 2, and since we're new at this, we can just talk about 2. Let's say that he grabs me another way. It doesn't matter, you can do whatever you want. Okay, so let's say that he's grabbed me this way. Well, I could certainly go into an arm bar again, right? I could do that, or I could do a variation of this technique. Now, if I pivot, right, you're like, what can I go to here? Well, there's a few things. The more things you know, the easier lock flows are, which is why they're not usually taught till blue. But I could swim in and do a shoulder lock from here. Or if he grabbed me with that lapel, and normally we do this off of a choke, but I did the technique off of a lapel. It's here, and that hand is available. I could certainly take that hand and do something else to it, right? So I'm here, I could come do a finger lock, right? So it doesn't actually have to be the same hand. If something else is available and it's right up in your face, you can certainly use that technique to do whatever. If it was up, so I was here, right? And his hand's like threatening me, I could do a V, right? So don't overthink it, but play with it a little bit. Again, don't put the pain on your partner so that they continue to train with you, but that's a little glimpse at lock flows. Have a good time with it. All right, guys, I have a finisher for you today that is only 5 minutes. So 5 minutes, that's easy peasy, right? We're gonna do some planking. Planking for 5 minutes is difficult, but you can do it. Now, what I want you to think about, standard plank procedure, you want your arms under your shoulders. You can go from here. I really like to plank from here, right? So I'm gonna go sideways for you for a second. You're gonna wanna hold your plank for 5 minutes, so set a timer. Now here's the thing, let's say I started my planking, feeling pretty good, and then, oh my goodness, I have to drop down. If that happens, that's okay. I just want you to flip over, and your punishment, so to speak, is gonna be 5 hip raises, right? So you're gonna bridge, 1, 2, we're squeezing our glutes, 3, 4, 5, flipping back over, up into that plank, right? So set that timer. I want you to get it for 5 minutes. If that means you have to break 5 times, that's okay. Just, you can do it. All right, guys, good work on your plank. Hopefully you've got your core work, you've got your hamstrings. Hopefully you're feeling good. Rest up, work out. I'll see you guys next time.